Alright, so I totally did not upload yesterday. I was feeling kind of sick, not gonna lie. I did my stream, went to bed, slept a lot, and now, I'm feeling a lot better. I had a wicked headache, wicked stomachache yesterday, but you know what? Stuff's all hunky-dory now. So let's get on with secrets, yo? Let's do this level. Cool. So I had the weirdest, most horrendous stream. So I had, when I'm sick, I think a lot of people get this. I'm not sure. I never, really look into stuff like this, but when I'm sick, I especially have, really crazy kind of, just messed up dreams, And yesterday, I went to bed, and I could have swore, this dream felt like it took forever, right? It's, one of those dreams that just, you feel like when you wake up, you were asleep for, 30 years. You ask, what year is it when you wake up, all that kind of stuff. This dream I had was 80 minutes, 90 minutes, and it felt like one of the longest sleep sessions I've ever had. And essentially my dream, I was in prison. I was in a dormitory style prison. With a bunch of other dudes. I don't remember much. I remember for a pillow, they gave me this wallet, this really old, moldy, just foldable wallet. I don't know why, it barely fit my ear, barely could rest my ears on it, but, I remember, spending days, if not months, in this prison. Really, really odd, and the only other thing I remember about being in this prison was that, for some reason, in the center of the dormitory, they actually had a Rainbow Six Siege, LAN, esport team. The prison Rainbow Six tournament people, and, I don't play Rainbow Six much, almost ever. I play it maybe once every 3 months now. So I have no idea why Rainbow Six was in my dreams. I haven't even played it in 2 months now. But alas, there it was. And I really thought I just served myself a solid sentence, I served my time for a solid crime. And then I woke up and went, nope, I was just sleeping. I've been sick. I got out of bed and I was like, damn, still kind of dizzy. And then I just kind of watched art restoration videos on YouTube. That's kind of my new thing now. I found this channel. I can't remember the name of it. It's Brembomb or something. I can't remember the name. But they do these 40, 50-minute long art restoration things. And they'll take a very classic picture, a classic painting from someone, right? And they'll take apart the frame. They'll recolor, not recolor, but touch up all the bad color. Or messed up color, and just put it back together and just make the thing look beautiful. And I've been into watching that because I love watching different trades and stuff, and just different things I don't really think about. In this case, art conservation. It's not a field I have much interest in doing ever, but it's just kind of cool seeing other people at work with that stuff, and I just find it super fascinating. So I've just been watching that nonstop. I think I've probably watched 4 or 5 hours worth of this dude's channel in 2-3 days. It's nice. It's also perfect sleeping material. It's just nice and relaxing. It's nifty. But yeah. That's why I, actually missed a day of uploading. Not that's anything new for me. I have a habit of just I have a habit of being super active on YouTube, and then disappearing for years, and then coming back, and then disappearing for years again. And so be it, we call it JonTron syndrome, honestly. It's legit, though. But here we are, back at it. With good old Resistance. Good open and talk, though. Yeah, that's why I wasn't there. I was busy being in Dream Prison. It was a thing. Never go to Dream Prison. It's awful. So the last episode, I think it was last episode, or the episode before, I was talking about games that you may have tried before, weren't super into, but went back to again, you thought they were amazing. That's what I've been doing on my stream. I've been playing through Alan Wake. It's probably my 4th or 5th time starting up Alan Wake, and this is the only time, or the first time I'll actually get around to finishing it, because I'd always get very burned out by episode 2 or 3 out of 6 in that game. It's like 4 hours deep, 5 hours deep. But I'm really into it right now. It's great. I always respected the game, but I could just never get fully into it. This run through though, I'm way into it. I should be finishing up later today, on my stream, or tonight rather. I love it. Like, I'm glad I gave it another shot, and now, like, I want to play through all the Remedy stuff, because Alan Wake came to, like, with the front of my mind, because, like, first of all, it was free on Epic for a bit. But then I was like, I really want to play Control when it comes out. Like, I kind of dig Remedy a lot. So I was like, let's do this. And now I'm like, Control's coming out, let's play Alan Wake. And then I'm like, you know what? I've never actually played Quantum Break either. So let's play through Quantum Break. I've heard great things about that. So, like, now, like, I'm on this big, like, Quantum Break sort of kick. And I just kind of, like, want to play through their entire, like... just, like, all their games. Like, I just kind of, like, want to play through Remedy stuff. Like, I get into, like, these, like, certain developer kicks every now and then. I can't break these right now. Alright. Like, I did it with, like, Platinum games. Like, I played through, like, everything Platinum put out, like, over the course of, like, 2 years recently. And sometimes, like, a certain developer just kind of, like, speaks to you, and you're like, I need to play all this stuff. It's legit. It's fun. But yeah. Alan Wake, really, really fun. Getting towards the end. Kind of regret missing out on it as much as I had. It's just, I'm just having a really good time with that. And I'm kind of, like, looking forward to playing through another game again for the, second time. The game I'm going to be trying out again, probably like the next, like, probably like next 2-3 months, is, L.A. Noire. Now, I didn't stop playing L.A. Noire because I was bored, I wasn't having fun. I stopped playing L.A. Noire because around the time, I was playing through L.A. Noire, I swapped over to PC gaming. And I was playing through it on, 360. And once I got my PC, like, I just kind of dropped everything console for a bit. Like, I was way, like, too into, like, using mouse and keyboard and all that. And, like, I still am. Like, I'll play console stuff on occasion, but, like, PC is my main platform. So, I just kind of unhooked my 360 and kind of stopped, like, on disc 3 out of 4 of L.A. Noire. So I was pretty deep in that game. But I just bought it again, because it's on sale on Steam, like, the Complete Edition for $8. So I went, you know, we're going to buy this again. This sounds perfect. This is the kind of game I've been, like, looking for as of late. He's beeping. So we're going to give that a go. I already know I really like that game, so hopefully I still like it a lot. Because I love, like, very story-heavy games that are kind of, like, late on the game... or not late, but, like, kind of light on the gameplay elements, or, like, very basic with them. And that's kind of like what L.A. Noire is, you know? You just kind of, like, drive around a city, you solve murders, you interrogate people, just kind of take in the story, and you'll have, like, very limited action scenes here and there, you know? It's kind of like... it's stuff I enjoy. Like, I've been... just enjoying, like, more laid-back games more often than not, I say, as I play this in Alan Wake. Because, like, Alan Wake's pretty involved, and, like, this game's pretty involved, too. At times. Although Alan Wake's very story-heavy as well. Actually, I brought up a criticism for Alan Wake, and you would think I was just talking about this game. Because the game, Alan Wake, just relies so much on, like, enemy spam. Oh my. Like this. Like, you just kind of, like... everything's nice and calm, and then, like, all the difficulties kind of brought upon you, just, like, through, like, just pure enemy spam. And, like, there's nothing you can do to think, and I've been running into that nonstop on Alan Wake, and that's been, like, my #1 complaining point as I play that game, unfortunately. But it's fun. But it's like the same thing with this game, right? Like, this game, you just kind of are given too many things to focus on at once. Although, to be honest, this level hasn't been too bad yet. But I just really, really don't like it when games just kind of throw 90,000 enemies at you and go, you know what, just kill them all. That's it. It's easy. I despise when games do that. But, is what it is. And this game's been a pretty big offender of it. So thankfully it's still super, super fun to me. I thought there was, like, health down here. Yeah, whatever. Who needs it? I'm only half dead. No biggie. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, what, like, gaming tropes, like, other people hate. Because I'm, like, very vocal about mine. But, like, I think that's, like, the most annoying thing to me is, like, when a game... it just gives you 18,000 enemies, and, like, that's the only degree of challenge, it's just, like, the amount of enemies you're given. Which is what it is. Woo! We safe, we good. Yeah, that might be like my least favorite. I'm not sure if it is my least favorite or not, but it's gonna be up there. That are like very like action focused games that have like way too long drawn out cutscenes. Those bother me too, right? Like games where like you're just like heavily invested in the action and then out of nowhere you're given like a 20-30 minute long cutscene thinking, and like all of a sudden like the developers think they're Kojima. Like I can't stand that either. Maybe I'm just like overly picky, but like I don't think I'm really that picky, honestly. But maybe I am. I don't know. Cause like I'll play like anything and everything. Just certain things bother me. That was a quick level. 10 minutes. Jeez.
Everything we had learned about the Chimera in the past 2 decades was in there. We had maps of the Chimera invasion spreading through Russia, autopsy records of Chimeran creatures, charts of the death tolls across Europe. These were numbers we didn't even disclose to our own soldiers. There were files that showed the progression of the Chimeran virus in humans. In over 6,000 cases, there were no records of any form of human resistance. There were also detailed schematics of our specimen tank and what was in it. We call them angels. They're the most powerful of all the Chimera. We believe the angels control other forms of Chimera via some form of telepathy. For all I knew, this one was already controlling Hale.
Okay. So Chimera is in on stuff in this game. Okay. Gotcha. I already lost my train of thought. I forgot like what I was talking about. It was like Alan Wake and oh yeah, if I'm like a picky gamer or not. And like I really don't think I am. Like I love like such a large variety of games. I just think it's because I own so many games and play so many games now that I notice when certain mechanics just feel off, or like I've just kind of like figured out like what I really, really don't like at this point. Because before, like sometimes like you're not sure if you like a mechanic or not, but like when you play like different games that use it, you kind of go, you know what, I'm really not into this like in any game I play. Maybe that's kind of like what's happening. I don't know. All I know is games are fun. You know what? Just to kind of like loop back into a conversation we had a few episodes ago about foods, you know, being better than you remember or like not as good as you remember. I had what was it called? Like Elios Pizza? Like the really, really cheap frozen pizza brand like you can get like anywhere in the States. I had that again for the first time in like years. Just before I started pressing record on this, I just wanted like some like quick snack. I kind of just like bought that. It was like $2. It was just like a few pizza strips. Like I was like, cool. We'll get like the 5 cheese. Try it out. I remember having it as a kid. Like I don't remember liking it a ton, but like I also don't remember hating it. It was surprisingly decent. Like I was not expecting much for like $2, but for what it was, you know, enjoyable. Cannot complain. Then again, it's like really, really hard to mess up pizza. Like I've only ever had pizza that I think was completely screwed up like once in my life. The only bad pizza I ever had actually came from New Jersey because I went to Wrestlemania 29 back when that came around. And my friend and I, we stayed at a hotel in Jersey. And this hotel in Jersey only had like 2 places that delivered to it. One was, I can't remember like what the one place was. I just can't remember. It was like an extended stay in though. Just outside of like MetLife Stadium. Like it was in the middle of the highway, so like you had to get delivery if you didn't get a rental car. Because like you were stranded in a highway, basically. So we kind of like had to suck it up and just kind of get wherever they delivered. But there was one place, and the other place like this was this like local restaurant that had pizza, and they used like vodka sauce for like pizza sauce, like that pink sauce. It was awful. Like it was like the only pizza like I just did not even want to finish. And it was at that very day, that very moment, I realized that yes, pizza can be indeed kind of bad. That was the only time, and like I don't even hate vodka sauce. It was just this one place was terrible. Like, actually gross. I cannot figure out where I'm supposed to go here. I don't see a way through. Like, I don't think I can hop up these areas now. Like, it looks like it wants me to, like, hop up. Does it? No, no way. Right? Yeah, no. I'm stuck. Wait, am I completely stuck? No. Can I... Oh! Glass is breakable. I don't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about that one. Whoops. Alright. Like, so far, like, nothing in this game's been, like, destructible. Besides, like, barrels. At least, like, to memory. So I didn't think, like, they'd actually have, like, destroyable glass for some reason. At the end of the day, I was kind of stupid. Alright. That's, like, not even, like, bad game design fault. That's just me being dumb fault. We're gonna double down on the dumb. Dumble down. That was bad. But, yeah. That was, like, bad pizza. But then again, like, that entire trip was kind of, like, hell. Can't even lie about it. Like, that trip in general was bad. It was a fun Wrestlemania to go to, because I always wanted to go to Mania, and that was the one Mania, like, I ever saw, live. So I got to kind of, like, cross that off my bucket list and stuff, which was nice. But I worked, all the way up to, like, a couple of hours before, our bus left for it, because we took a bus down to it, down to New York, and then we had to, like, grab a cab to, like, Jersey. But I was up for, like, 30 some odd hours, like, the day. Oh, we left, right? Which, long time. And, like, we even, like, went to a wrestling show because, there's WrestleCon there. And usually at WrestleCon, a lot of different promotion... Really? A lot of different promotions, like, kind of, like, run shows in the same place, like, 24/7. Maybe not 24/7, but, like, for, like, 12, 13 hours straight. Like, a bunch of different promotions do, like, 2-3 hour long shows. So we caught a, Dragon Gate USA show, which had, like, Shingo in it. Rich Swann was in it, Brian Kendrick. A lot of, like, a really, really nice, like, selection of dudes. SEMA, AR Fox was a part of it. It was cool. But I was dead tired, like, in the middle of a crowd, and ugh. Then I got, like, maybe, like, 4 or 5 hours of sleep that day before Mania, and we woke up from Mania, like, hours and hours early. Like, we got there, like, we were towards the front of the line waiting for, like, the gates to open. We had to, like, listen to, like, P. Diddy rehearse for hours. I think I heard, like, Coming Home, like, 90,000 times, like, in the span of, like, 20 minutes. It was a thing. But, you know, totally, like, an experience worth having, like a wrestling fan like myself. Like, I think, you know, if you're a wrestling fan, like, going to Mania is totally worth doing at least once. If I could go every year, I totally would. Even if the show's not great, like, there's just something about that atmosphere. It's amazing. But the trip itself is like a trip from hell. And I kind of wish I took more days off for it. Like, I kind of wish I took a lot more days off for it. Because, like I said, like, I left for a few hours after I worked Friday night. We got there for Saturday morning. And I didn't even get to stay for Raw. Like, I was back Monday. I was back home Monday, and I was already back at work for Tuesday. It was kind of hell. It was awful. I would never want to rush everything like that ever again. But I was afraid of taking a bunch of days off from work. I was like, they'll never let me get 4 days off. Which is, like, a sad state of affairs. So that's, like, a whole different rabbit hole I'd rather not get into on the old Vidya. But, yeah. If I were to do that again, like, I'd want to give myself, like, at least, like, 5 to 7 days just to kind of, like, enjoy my time and experience everything I really want to experience. Because it kind of turned, like, a thing I always wanted to do into memories of just exhaustion. But what can you do? Still, overall, I'd say it was like a positive experience. But I would do it completely different if I could. Like, if I could do it over again, I'd do it completely different. Especially, like, with money planning for that. It was expensive. Like, the tickets themselves, the hotel itself wasn't bad. Like, the hotel was, like, $150 a night, split between 2 people. Like, that's whatever. The tickets, like, we paid, like, $200 a piece, like, which really, honestly, not bad for Mania. But it was, like, the cab rides, because this is, like, 2013, or 2012, 2013. And this is, like, before, you know, like, Uber kind of, like, took over. So, like, just going from, like, I think they called it, like, the Transit Authority, maybe? I forget. It's, like, whatever, like, the main bus hub, like, in New York City is. From there to New Jersey was, like, an $80 cab ride. It was a 10-minute ride, but because we went over the bridge to, like, Jersey, it was, like, a $70 upcharge. It was dumb. And then every cab ride on top of that was, like, 30, 40 bucks, no matter where it was. Probably because I knew it was, like, super tourist season. But yeah, if I could do it again, I would, plan better and be thankful that Uber exists, or get, like, a rental car. But actually, no, I wouldn't even want to do a rental car for that place, because, like, it's New Jersey, New York. Like, I would not want to drive in that at all. But I would try and find, like, a better travel situation, or, like, try and look up, like, public bus routes and stuff. Which we ended up doing for going back. We ended up talking to, some people there to figure out, like, bus routes. And instead of paying, like, 60 bucks to get back to the transit place, we paid, like, $3. And it wasn't bad. But yeah, that was, like, one of my trips from hell, basically. Although it was a great trip. There's another trip from hell I could talk about, but I might save that for a future episode. If I can remember. If I can remind myself to talk about the Six Flags story, I totally will. It'll be tough to remember, but I'm sure I can handle it. It's looking like very boss roomy. Cool. That was a fun little ramble. That story actually stretched out quite a while. I forgot, like, how much there was to cover for that, and I barely covered everything about that Mania trip. Just know I was tired. And it was planned very poorly. But what can you know? You kind of live and learn with that. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm kind of getting quiet. This is, a lot of stuff on the screen. But I should be good. Yeah, I'm good. These things are actually weaker than I thought they would be. Whew. I say that and he's kind of stomping me. I might have spoke too soon. No, I didn't. Easy teabag. Alright. Any health? Or no? Nothing? Oh, some. Some health. Thanks, game. I really don't like the effects of, like, that Nathan Hale gets, like, with, like, the big, like, bright flashing screen. Like, that is headache-inducing. Because, like, this is, like, a pretty dark game, then just have, like, that bright orange. Ugh. That sucks. Don't even know what hit me. This game's really hard, too. Stuff just kind of pops up out of nowhere. I can dig it. I can get behind it. Do I gotta redo the... I gotta redo this? Oh, that sucks. But why, though? You think, like, you would checkpoint after this room. Like, it seems like such an obvious checkpoint room. Oh, that's stupid. Okay. Why? I don't get it. Oh well. Is what it is, I'll live. Not like I struggled with this too much the first time. Alright. They just hit so hard, though. That's the problem. They hit very hard. Oof. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Alright. That's tough. Like, I didn't struggle at all the first time, but then I just got so overwhelmed. Okay. They need to... I bitched about this, like, the last episode. Or, like, a few episodes ago, but they need better checkpoints in this game. I know I'm, like, you know, speaking about, like, a 13-year-old game. But they really needed better checkpoints in this. Because, like, a lot of satisfaction, like, in a game like this comes from, like, beating a level and, like, moving on. Or, like, being, like, a really, really difficult or tricky section or intense section and moving on. And, like, when you're not given, like, the checkpoint after it and you gotta redo it several times in a row, the effect of the section you're on kind of loses its... It just kind of, like, loses its luster, you know? It's not really enjoyable to do the same section multiple times in a row, especially, like, when it's really hard. It goes from, like, this cool, hard-fought battle to just, like, this annoyance, this nuisance. Oh, well. Is what it is, I suppose. I can't even beat this again. This is really, really, really difficult. And then even after this, I still gotta... But then after this, I still gotta, like, complete, like, the next area, which is just gratuitous enemy spam on top of everything else. Oh, well. I'll get through it. I'd imagine this is pretty close to the end of the level, too. At least I got, like, an AI to help me shoot these things, but, like, I don't know if, like, the AI is, like, really doing much damage, or if they're just, like, distraction. I can't tell. Like, I've yet to be able to tell this entire game, like, if the AI does a good job or not. Like, in terms of, like, trying to help me fight back. Oh, no. But I think he's, like, the last two now? Uh-oh. This is not the weapon I wanted. Uh-oh. Ooh, good. They're so fast! But I think that's all of them. Holy, okay. Barely got out of that. Barely. My god, alright. I got one health bar to work with. But I think some health is up here anyways, yeah. But not a lot. So what I can do is maybe I can, like, snipe a few really quick.
Keep them back from the tank! That thing gets out and all's lost!
Maybe that'll be the trick. Like, if I just kind of, like, snipe them from afar first before they notice me. They notice me. Oh, God. Oh, but there's still health across. Alright, so if I do this, I nade him. I try really hard to not get hit. Maybe I can run into some luck. At least I got half health still. Ooh, health right here. Beautiful. That's gonna be the saving grace here. I needed that health so bad. And I'm not used to, like, things kind of working out with that. So we're kind of like in silent, like, intense mode. I can do this. So we get him out. That should kill him. Alright. He's, we still got plenty of health, too. Holy. Are there many more enemies there? Or no? I hear, like, at least one shooting at me. You know, levels are getting real, like, when I get, like, really quiet. Ooh, wait, behind me? No, 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 that's not how this is gonna work. I remember the AI said something, like, about not hitting the tanks, and that we need the tanks. So I'm trying really hard not to hit these tanks here, because I'm afraid they're gonna blow up and kill me. But I think that's all of them. I hope that's all of them. Because that sure as hell was a lot of them. Now, this is the thing they've been showing, like, in the cutscenes. Like their containment tank or something. I'm sure I'm gonna have to, like, interact with it. Before I do that, do we have any more health? Like in the train car, maybe? No? Nothing? I mean, they're playing dramatic music? Wait, what? If I die here, is it gonna send me all the way back? Please, no. I don't have it in me, game. I'm gonna back up. I think it's like the best thing I can actually do. I just kind of like let them filter to me. Are they dead? They are dead. Sweet, that wasn't bad. Holy.
I'd almost given up hope of him surviving when I saw Hale coming up in the lift. I could tell from his face that he had found the angel. There was no point in asking. If he was alive, then the angel was dead. Hale was starting to show more effects of the conversion process. His movements had the unnatural quickness of the hybrids. Judging from the bullet holes in his uniform, he had acquired their healing capabilities as well. We had tracked the Chimera leaving Northern Command to a gorge in Somerset. Cartwright led a squad of soldiers after them. It had been 2 hours since he had reported in. Hale volunteered to go after them. I expected he would locate Cartwright. There was no way I could have imagined what else he would discover in that gorge.
Cool. That was those 2 levels I just played actually were not bad at all. I got very let's player towards the end, like I have been, but like those were like intense fights at the end of that last mission. That was fun. So I guess I'll be back for next episode whenever I get around to recording that. Gonna let my head calm down. I'm kind of getting a little bit of a headache here, but when that calms down, I'll probably record another episode. Maybe talk about the Six Flags trip. Maybe talk about something different. We'll see. I'll try and cover whatever I can. Try and carry that conversation. But y'all have a good day, and I'll catch you for the next episode. So toodles.